say, is out of Leading Edge, and he is 5-0.
All right, guys, this next bout is sponsored by McGee's Paintings, and it is a title match at 145 pounds for 5 rounds. Introducing first out of the blue corner, an MMA fighter with a record of 4-0, representing Calculated Violence, weighing in at 145 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Antoine Tureaud Jr. And his opponent, another MMA fighter with a record of 5 wins and no defeats, representing Leading Edge and Thunder Valley Martial Arts, weighing in at 144 pounds, fighting out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, Kelton, the Conqueror, Sneve. And Dave Doucette is the referee.
Antoine Tureaud in the white spandex and Kelton Sneve in the black spandex. Kelton Sneve, very long, lengthy touch of gloves by both fighters. Tureaud.
Here we go. Wow, what a great, fast start. Here we go.
Tureaud with the wrestling pedigree. Very different.
Kelton's a very good wrestler. Once again, similar to Swanson Fishback, I'm not so sure Tureaud's the better wrestler, just because of the pedigree, Manny.
Well, there's
MMA wrestling's different.
MMA wrestling is different, gotta say.
Height means a lot more, I feel like, too.
And Kelton Sneve is, they call that championship height in this game. Good takedown by Antoine Tureaud, and Kelton Sneve is working. Oh, Kelton Sneve, I'm surprised to see him accept that takedown, to be honest with you. I thought Sneve would...
Tureaud's very quick and explosive.
Probably some more action off his back as well, too. Let's see, maybe he planned on hunting for a submission from the bottom.
Tureaud's got some family here in the Chicagoland area. Every single person I've met associated with this gentleman has been an absolute pleasure to meet. Kelton Sneve on the bottom. Again. Antoine Tureaud. Jeremy, I was in Omaha, Nebraska about 3 weeks ago, getting film footage of Tureaud. I saw our posters for this event in about 4 different barbershops.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
What the hell were you doing at a barbershop, Mike?
Yeah, well, handing out tickets.
Is that where you hang out when you're out of town?
Based on my follically challenged head. No.
Got to get it lined up, right?
Antoine Tureaud on top. Very active. I'm really surprised to see Kelton Sneve in this position, to be honest with you. Every single person we've had him in there against, he's just been so dominant against his opponent. And Tureaud's got a lot of confidence, too, I might add. Tureaud, like, when you talk to him, it's a little bit of an arrogance, but you need that in this game. And
most definitely. Now he's going for the arm triangle choke. He might perhaps have it. Antoine Tureaud Jr. is doing a great job, but now he might look to hunt for the arm here now. Excellent. Way to stay up on top there for Antoine.
Yeah.
Not lose top position and better to position. Now he can posture up and drop some punches.
Tureaud's in mount right now. I've never seen
very nice escape by Kelton Sneve. Wow.
Kelton Sneve
now going for the choke.
Guillotine choke attempt by Kelton Sneve.
Does he have it, you think, Manny? What does he got to do here to get this?
Might have to be modified. I still see a little bit of a hole.
It looks like Antoine's fighting off the hands really well.
And he escapes.
Antoine Tureaud escaped.
Excellent escape by Antoine Tureaud, and now he just needs to ride this right out.
Oh, we got
won those grappling exchanges. He knows he sealed this round in.
Jeremy, I'm a little surprised by the slow start of Kelton Sneve.
You know, I'm not because I think Tureaud's such a short, explosive wrestler. It's a 5-round fight, and Kelton knows this.
Yeah.
A little more experience in these kind of fights.
I would say, like, in terms of, like, IQ, ring IQ, outside of ring IQ, out of our entire locker room, Kelton Sneve's actually on the higher end right there.
Yeah, he really is.
Great gym, too. Those guys, I mean, we've been dealing with them since Detroit Lakes. My first interaction with this gym when we call the
right there, Devin Lozage, rising 35-pounder pro, just won an LFA a couple months ago, 3-1 now at 135.
Yeah, Lozage. Yeah, there's really no faking with Lozage. Lozage is really excited, even at weigh-ins. Sends Kelton Sneve off the stool early.
Off the stool,
exiting
ready to
the cage is Lozage. That's the type of confidence that they have in that gentleman.
That's something that you'd like to see. It does get in your opponent's head.
Kelton's going to have to find an answer for that wrestling. Tureaud doesn't look like he's going to get tired, I don't think. So
Kelton Sneve.
I don't believe so as well, too. Kelton Sneve.
Touching gloves.
He touches, and let's see if he gets right to work.
Kelton Sneve's right for action. Heavy right hand with a head kick to Sneve. Stuffing to takedown attempt. To Sneve is once again. And Tureaud is once again.
We're going to take him for a ride. Not just some beautiful control, excellent control there by Antoine.
I think the strength of Tureaud is very deceiving, and that's how I describe Sneve coming into this event. Looking for a return to the mat is Tureaud. Look at Sneve struggling to keep his balance.
Nice turn by Sneve.
Yeah, I mean, Sneve is...
Got the underhooks he needed.
Knee to the body is Kelton Sneve.
Very nice. Again, getting a takedown himself, but cannot remain on top.
No.
Excellent attack, though, by Steve.
Uppercut by Kelton Sneve. And
that land, Mike? I kind of missed it.
It was.
Oh,
now he's got the choke.
Does he have his under? He does. He
does. Underneath the chin. Kelton Sneve trying to look for the finish, but cannot retain his guard. That's an Antoine Tureaud is able to escape, but I got a teammate in Jordan Griffin, man. He still holds on to the guillotine choke and can finish you from right there. Tureaud is out now.
Another guy managed to get into the UFC.
Yeah, Jordan Griffin's the man.
He has a weird modified choke. He did it in the UFC. Actually, got a fight of the night bonus.
He did. Fight of the night bonus.
Tureaud is peppering Kelton Sneve. This referee is nowhere near standing this fight up based on the activity.
Not at all.
And now mounted,
so active.
Now mounted Kelton Sneve. I don't think Sneve imagined him being taken down in this fight.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Maybe early, but I think he felt he would be popping back up.
Yes.
Yeah, let's look to see Kelton Sneve try to use the cage, maybe escape from right here. Got to give it everything you got. You don't want a guy like Antoine Tureaud here showing some amazing grappling top control to hold you down and ride the rest of the round out, or posture up and pound you with punches.
Well, you're not standing a fighter up when he's in the mount.
Antoine's got a great manager, Andrew Train Lee. Really guide him on the right path. And, he reminds me a lot of Darian Stokes, to be honest, as we're seeing a similar ground control and wrestling.
Little fact about Train, I think I filled a couple spots for him in like 2005. That's how long that guy's been around the game.
Yeah, another Hall of Famer.
It was actually 2004. It was before. Wow.
Time flies, eh?
He partnered with BKFC last night, and another sellout crowd for them.
Yeah, I was
out in Omaha, Nebraska.
That's why I was out there in Omaha, Nebraska. I got hired by BKFC about a couple months ago, and oftentimes I visit the cities about 3 weeks prior to them getting there. I tie up a lot of their loose ends. Antoine Tureaud slowing down a little bit, but maintaining his pace on top of Kelton Sneve.
Looked like he was hunting for a little arm triangle there, but enough again to seal the round.
Yeah,
great control.
Our listeners from Canada, we sincerely appreciate you guys raising our hockey players there in order to bring home Stanley Cups in our country. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Chicago Blackhawks have been on the receiving end of many gifts from Canada. Thank you, guys. Jeremy, I'm not sitting next to anybody that's got any comments about the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they're in an incredible dry spell right now.
I think who won the last cup in Canada? It's always Montreal, the usual answer.
Jeremy, it's been about 30 years since the Toronto Maple Leafs, one of the original 6 teams, have really ever won anything. Please leave your comments on our YouTube page. It'd be greatly appreciated. But
I do enjoy watching the Edmonton Oilers, I got to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Antoine Tureaud is comfortably riding out these rounds, nickel-and-diming. His opponent, Kelton Sneve. Sneve, quick to the center of the cage, blood trickling from the right side of the nose of Kelton Sneve. And I really like Kelton. He's actually a really good dude. Kick to the body by Sneve. Oh, And closing the distance once again is Antoine Tureaud. And a
Up
big
and for a ride.
scoop and dump. And
almost had a reversal there by Kelton Sneve. Excellent. Look how quick that turnaround was there by Antoine Tureaud. And then again, heavy wrestling base here as well, too. Looks fantastic. Doing exactly what a fighter should be doing, especially in those positions. When you're hungry to get a takedown right there, you got to go for it.
Exchange of knees to the bodies by each of these fighters. And Tureaud finds himself against the back of the cage one more time.
You know, even though Kelton's has gotten the worst of this wrestling, he's also got himself out of trouble every time he needed to. He probably jumped the gun on a couple of those guillotines, I think, Manny.
I think he did and burnt his own out, potentially, but perhaps searching for some other submissions as well, too, or anything to just reverse and get on top, which at this point now, with these many rounds down, only 2 more to go, he's got to seal this one and the next one to try to win this fight.
I'd say Sneve is getting rays of light in this round. So, I mean, we're a minute 50 left, but so far this round is tilting towards Kelton Sneve.
He's showing more success.
Who do I see bleeding? You guys see? I see some blood.
Yeah, it's Kelton Sneve's right side of his nose. No, nothing heavy. Nothing heavy.
Little scratch.
Sneve once again.
Yeah, he's breathing a little heavy. Kelton's going to need to really gut it up here.
Excellent job walking him down.
Yeah, I think both these guys.
A little more activity now from Sneve.
A little bit tired, both these guys, but Kelton Sneve continuing to march down his opponent, Antoine Tureaud. I think once these rounds go longer and longer, the takedown's harder and harder to get. Sneve once again.
Better takedown defense here from Sneve. Got to get that leg back.
Sneve once again stopping the takedown of Antoine Tureaud. Shuck off the fence, and these guys are right punch by Kelton Sneve once again. Counter punch by Tureaud. You see Tureaud, those takedowns have really taken time, and Kelton Sneve is now starting to land. Left, right punch, left again by Kelton Sneve.
And hunting for the guillotine again. This time he's got the full guard.
I'm not sure. Kelton Sneve keeps going for that move.
Misses it again.
I just think they're too slick right now. It's too far into the match to get make something like that happen.
Looks like he's hunting a triangle choke now.
Plus, Tureaud's, squirmy, strong, not much of a neck. He's not probably an easy guy to tap out with that.
This guy, it's like carrying a bag of water. It's like Tureaud is. He knows where his weight is supposed to be in order to make it difficult for your opponent. Very impressive performance by Antoine Tureaud.
Now Kelton runs into danger. He may have won this round.
Hunting for the submission is Kelton Sneve.
Oh, look at this.
10 seconds left to go. Excellent escape there by Antoine Tureaud. And way to finish with some ground punches there as well, too. Make him pay for that.
Well, so far in this fight, Kelton Sneve, he may have won that round, especially with that last second submission attempt. But, we've really only seen guillotines up until that round, and he saw the wincing of the face of Antoine Tureaud of how tight that armbar was at the end.
Was it really? I didn't miss that.
Yeah, he was wincing. He was wincing.
There. That was tight.
I mean, it was tight, but he really had to struggle hard. The strength of Kelton Sneve is something that.
Got to see some activity now from Kelton Sneve. He's showing that he's got energy, but he's got to let it all out here now.
Yeah, he has to completely dominate the rest of this fight to even have a chance to win.
Yes.
And maybe get a finish.
Yeah, round
he
4.
wasn't, when he was able to hit. Well, there we go. That's hard to loop that one a little bit.
Rounds here, I'd say he needs to finish.
I think it might be 2-1 right now, truth be told. But they were dominant rounds by. I'm not sure they were 10-8.
No, definitely not.
Takedown attempt by Tureaud. Kelton Sneve once again stuffs it.
Excellent stuff there by Kelton Sneve. And a great break off the clinch there from Antoine Tureaud.
Kelton
little things like that.
I don't know if he's saving it for something, but he hasn't been throwing hard kicks like he usually does, Kelton, that is. Or hard punches. He's kind of just throwing them out there. Not landing as big as he needs to.
Well, I think Kelton Sneve is lining up a knee for Tureaud. He's just trying to time when to throw it. You can see him downloading the information in regards to the movement of Tureaud, and Tureaud.
Excellent stuff there by Kelton Sneve. And a great knee right there on the clinch. Now he's got to get some activity here now from himself.
Canadian fighters in general, truth be told, are a lot more mature in regards to their fight total as compared to an American in a fight total, because they have less opportunity to get a fight. High kick by Sneve. So they usually have a lot more gym time than they do fights compared to American fighters.
By Sneve.
Sneve starting to pull ahead a little bit. Tureaud.
And another head kick.
The stuff of the takedown.
And another stuff.
Kelton Sneve is starting to pull ahead right now.
He's got to do everything that it takes to win now. Got to go and back him up. Do not let Antoine Tureaud back into this fight. Go on and put the pressure on him.
Ooh, left-right punch by Tureaud. Sneve counters with a right of his own. Right check crossed by Sneve once again. Sneve is masterful at cutting the ring off, applying pressure. Ooh,
I love his forward
by
pressure
Sneve.
as well, too. Sneve is kind of reminding me a little bit of some Sean O'Malley in there. Just walking him down, showing that control. A little Chase Hooper as well, too. Long, lean build, feeling himself.
Kelton Sneve looks fantastic right now. Heavy right hand punch.
Counter punch.
Left right punch by Sneve once again. Sneve connects once again. Counter check hook by Tureaud. It's a tale of two fights, Jeremy. Ooh.
Woo! Swing and a miss, bro. That was a beautiful.
Don't go for that guillotine again, Kelton. You'll regret it.
Yeah, good move on. He didn't go for it.
This is not where you want to be now.
Got 47 seconds left.
He's got a submission hunt. He's got to do something to come and get this win.
Manny Sanchez, former Bellator title contender, joining us in the broadcast booth. Greatly appreciated, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been an incredible night of fights. A wild crowd.
Yeah, Jeremy, we planned Mr. Sanchez joining us for about 2 weeks now. We're really happy to have confirmed that.
He had a lot of time to prepare.
So much time to learn about all these great fighters here.
Manny, what do you think so far, the fighters you've seen? I mean, we've seen a lot of great fighters tonight.
A lot of great fights. Man, and I love it, how much MMA has grown.
Yeah.
10 seconds left on the clock, and look
left.
at Sneve escapes, gets back up, starts cage wrestling Antoine Tureaud here. Antoine Tureaud going for a throw, looking for some more takedowns from right here.
May have stole that round. I'm not going to say stole, but may have solidified his victory of that round, Kelton Sneve.
Yes. Such a back and forth fight. Every fighter that we've seen enter this cage tonight has shown skill and talent in every area of the game.
Championship round number 5, Jeremy Bjornberg. I think we might be 2-2, truth be told.
Very close. It's a very educated, an educated judge might have that 2-2. He could have it 3-1 if you maybe overstate the wrestling.
Jeremy, regardless, I think the corner of Kelton Sneve needs to have a little sense of urgency. Little urgency, even though it might be 2-2, I think Kelton Sneve's corner, might be telling him to pick up the pace a little bit.
Sense of urgency now. He's got to know that we got to go for it all here if we want this belt.
Dancing Dave Doucette, our referee. Touch of gloves with both fighters. Kelton Sneve, he's just so long. Championship height once again. Like even like you're talking about skill level, Manny, we're also talking about genetics as well.
Yeah, it's a gift.
It really
a lot of people
is.
overlook that, but when you got a reach like John Jones, a gas tank like Ben Henderson,
Nice right hand.
stupid strength like
He's going to have
Daniel
to stuff this
McCourty.
takedown.
Yeah.
He's going to have to stuff this takedown.
Antoine Tureaud in for the shot right now. Kelton Sneve.
Oh, look at this.
Oh my goodness, a standing modified guillotine with the Mataleon grip. So I like to say Mataleon, a lot of people still say rear naked, but
Counter punch by Kelton Sneve. Reports with 2 more.
either one, it's possible. Take this if he, wow, with another head kick from right there.
Kelton Sneve counter left
Looking
check.
for a Leon Edwards type finish here, knowing that he got to go
Right
for
punch,
it, man.
Check left hook again by Kelton Sneve. Kelton Sneve, right punch. Fired back by Tureaud. Followed up by kick of Kelton Sneve.
Coming forward like Robbie Lawler as well, too. And stuffing, that's what you got to do. When I saw Robbie Lawler win the title from Johnny Hendricks, this is what he did. This is what he needed to do to win.
Kelton Sneve,
You got to walk him down and do everything it takes to get your hand raised.
Heavy body punches by Kelton Sneve, continuing to push the pace. Sneve's biggest, I think the biggest asset of Sneve is his cardio. Like, it is no joke. He's continuing the volume. I mean, it's not as fast and hard, but it's just continuous. And look at the pressure.
Relentless.
He has not stopped the pressure since the first round, Jeremy.
No.
Even when getting taken down. Incredibly impressive by Kelton Sneve. And there's a high ceiling with him.
Both
Win or lose
guys.
this fight. Yeah. Win or lose
ceiling.
these fight, both guys got a high ceiling. Body punch. Kelton Sneve continuing to switch his front foot. Kick to the body
Nice
once
kick to the
again.
body there by Kelton Sneve.
Kelton Sneve setting up another kick to the
Nice
body.
kick again. Can't risk getting taken down again.
I think Tureaud's being a little frustrated. Kelton's setting up a head kick. He keeps going in the body to set up a head kick.
Got a power punch here. Look for the finish. And yes, no takedowns. Or if he shoots, go for the neck, but look to finish with that neck, but don't let him back in.
Look at the IQ of Kelton Sneve. That head kick is what I called earlier. Look at
Got 30 seconds.
Refusing. Look how relentless he is. They're continuing the pressure.
Nice body shots there by Kelton Sneve.
25 seconds left in his championship round, and Sneve has not stopped. He's very impressive performance tonight by both gentlemen in this fight. Body
and
kick.
Another body kick.
Man, Sneve.
Walking Tureaud down.
Let's see if Sneve goes for it. Left, right punch again. Tureaud firing back.
Got to go for it all from right here now. Got nothing to hold back.
Well, man, that switch kick was rough.
Great fight by these two fighters. Great
Jeremy,
fight.
I think Kelton Sneve, if he won round 3, he won this fight. This entire fight is predicated on that third round, Manny Sanchez.
Yeah, we'll see how
we could have a majority decision. We could have a split decision.
Manny Sanchez, your thoughts?
Potentially, we could even have a draw.
I mean,
yeah.
This was such a back and forth fight.
Majority draw, majority decision. There's a few things we could have it here.
Let's hope not, because we know each of these guys wants the belt, and no one wants that on their record. But this was such a back and forth fight, showing skill and talent in every area of the game, and neither one wanting to back down, neither one wanting to concede to any of these strikes and what was being thrown at them.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys sniffing around your territory, Manny. You know, you might be a little long in the tooth for them in 5 or 6 years when they're ready to go, but who knows? Robbie Lawler, those guys are still the best top-notch fighters at 40.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great fight.
Good fight. Kelton wants to finish. He's a finisher. Tureaud wasn't willing to go down. We're going to have a very worthy champion here, I think.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Antoine Teflon Tureaud Jr.
Had some big rounds in this fight. A lot of the ground control as well, too. No threat of a submission, not too much ground and pound, but doing what he needed to do to get the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to point everything out. This gentleman's from Omaha, Nebraska. His opponent is from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Right here in Chicago, we had an international contest featuring this man, Antoine. At the end of that fight, it looked like very exhausting for you. How tough was Kelton Sneve?
Oh, man, that Canada boy, he's tough, man. 5 rounds for a championship. This is the first fight I wasn't able to finish, so I respect Kelton Sneve so much. Shout out Canada, but USA always on top.
What's next for Antoine Tureaud?
I'm fight for a title back in Nebraska. I was born here. Thank you, Chicago, for everybody showing up. My family, my mom came from Texas, my uncle. And unfortunately, my uncle, Mr. T, didn't show up tonight, but he's here with us. Thank you.
Excellent, ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Antoine Tureaud. On the other side, from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, Kelton Sneve. How difficult was it stopping those takedowns in the first 2 rounds?
You know, the kid's got pressure. He made me work hard, but as you can see towards the end of the fight, I really wanted to push that pace, and I was going for the kill towards the end. But first things first, I just want to say thank you to my team, thank you to my people who support me. Thanks for coming out, and thank you to all the sponsors. This is just a bump in the road. We're going to move forward, and we'll be back. We'll be back for what's ours.
Kelton, oftentimes your biggest learning experiences is something when your hand doesn't get raised. You are an incredible fighter, and we sincerely appreciate you fighting for us here in Chicago, Illinois. Thank you, sir.